My name is Shane, and recently um, I lost my job primarily because of what I feel was medical reasons. Um, and while it's not my intention to make this about the medical things that are going on with me, um, I think they're kind of important to understand the situation. So I am HIV positive. I have been for a little over a year and a half now, about 2 years. Um, and I'm fairly well educated and feel like my previous positions, I have always had something significant to contribute, um, and a sense of worth from those positions, um, as a benefit, aside from however much money I was making. And I was able, because of how much money I was making, I was able to live a fairly good life. I have a partner who I love very, very much, and it hurts me to be in this situation that I'm in now, which is a similar situation from what I was in early on in our relationship. It just seems like this being the second time, it's a pattern, and there's a lot of concern that I have over what we're going to do, given my current economic state and employment state, or lack thereof, I should say. So I don't know. This is difficult, more difficult than I thought. I thought that I would be able to do this and try and portray perhaps a character, but it's not a character, it's real. And anyway, it's a little it's a little difficult to be willing to show the truth. And anyway, there's a lot of emotions going on right now. So early on in our relationship, I was working, had my own place to live and everything, independent, and lived well within my means, and my means were, I was able to afford a certain extravagance in my life. By no means did I live extravagantly, but, I wasn't living anyway, it's hard to say. I wasn't living like most people would, making the money that I was making. I lived a little bit above my means, I guess, would be a good way of saying it, although I did was able to afford it. And then because of my medical reasons, my HIV, depression, particularly in the wintertime, well, we had moved in with each other, and after we moved in with each other, I was not able to continue to work because medically speaking, I was not in a state that I could be responsible enough to work. It's hard to explain because that was very much tied to depression and side effects from that. Dealing with, for the first time, kind of being HIV positive and what that means in the context of our relationship and having a relationship. Anyhow, there was just a lot going on in my head at the time. And I sought out help, professional help, and medication, and set about a course of going, okay, well, I can't really do this anymore. I need to be able to take care of myself, and in order to take care of myself, I wasn't able to work at the same time. Just by virtue of the type of help I needed, and the number of appointments, and a whole slew of challenges that getting help presented to being able to work and maintain the income that I was making previously. So that put a lot of pressure on him because for a number of months, while I was receiving unemployment, he primarily was the financial rock of our relationship, and that caused some stress within the relationship. And eventually I felt that I was at a point where, okay, I can manage this now, I can go back to work, and I am going to go back to work. That took about 6 months from the time that I stopped working to the time I was able to find another job. And I found a job, and it wasn't the best job I felt that I could get, but I wasn't in a situation where I could very well pick and choose and be more selective of what job I got. So I took the job, and that was in July of last year. And I was excited, and it was a job. I finally felt like I had some kind of meaning, and it gave us some financial security, or safety, more like. As a result, we were able to move into a much larger, much nicer home. For not that much more, we were able to not have to worry about, how is the cell phone bill going to get paid, or how is the cable going to get paid, or even worse, how are we going to afford to eat, what can we afford to eat, being creative with those types of things, and still be able to have some level of fun in our relationship. Go and do things and see things and have experiences outside of just staying at home, which I think any family, couple, anyone in a relationship can understand that a relationship doesn't really work if you're confined to just being at home and wondering, how are you going to eat.